Sunrise this morning, 7:19, sunset 5:12, Tide DS, broadcasting live, Vail Valley Live in Beaver Creek. Single digits for the start of the morning. A lot of activity happening before 7:30, before 8 a.m. To find out more, stay close to us because Vail Valley Live starts right now.
Good morning. This is Heather Blackman here in the nice warm studio again at the Grand Hyatt in West Vail. You just saw Ty out in Beaver Creek. He is braving that single-digit weather. Absolutely bless him for that. I'm glad that I am in the warm studio this morning. I think I drew the lucky straw. We also have Anthony here in the studio, our producer, and we're going to have a great show for you today. Lots of upcoming events that we're going to talk about, some fun things happening in the next couple of days, get you up to speed on traffic, weather, all the things you need to do as we get ready to start our Sunday. All right, so let's take a look at the weather conditions. Definitely going to be one of those days you're going to want multiple layers. We did have a little bit of snow overnight, 4 inches that you'll see, 5 in the last 48 hours. So it slowed down just a little bit from our crazy 29 inches of snow over the last 7 days. We are over that 200-inch mark at Vail. It looks at 205 right now. There is just a lot of snow this season, and I have been enjoying it myself quite a bit. So as Ty said, 4 degrees at Beaver Creek, 3 degrees at Vail. Definitely a chilly start to the day, but it will warm up a little bit. So you'll see around both about 20 degrees by midday. So not too bad as we start to get through things. So looking ahead to the next couple of days, tomorrow is going to be about the same as today with a little warmer start, mid-30s as our high, and then we're going to start to get a little bit chilly again. So lows in the single digits down to 0 by Thursday, but our highs aren't too bad each day, and a little bit of snow in the forecast, really starting with slight chance of showers tonight, and then we come back again on Tuesday with a bit more. So hopefully keep your fingers crossed. I think we've got some good percentages over as we look ahead for about 7 days. If we flip over to that, yep, in the next 5 days, 5 inches in the forecast at Beaver Creek, 6 inches at Vail. So snow coming back just a little bit slowly. We just need to wait until Tuesday. And then looking ahead, kind of 6 to 10 days out, we've got some nice numbers adding up. 9 inches in the forecast at Beaver Creek, 11 inches at Vail. So we're not done with this snowy weather, just a little bit of a pause. Maybe we'll get some sunnier skies today where you can start to get out there and enjoy it. I personally like when we have lots of snow on the ground and some nice blue skies. It starts to feel a little bit better out there. Right. So taking a look at here we go. All right, so back here, thinking a little bit about how you can watch us and where you are watching right now. YouTube is probably my favorite option. You can also subscribe to us while you're over there. Maybe leave us a comment in the chats. You'll also find us over on Facebook, so make sure you give us a like there. That way you gotta get a notification when we go live each day. And then also on Outside TV, channel 17. So lots of places to find us. So whether you wanna watch on the big screen or you can kind of be watching us while you're doing other things, getting ready in the morning. That way when the mountain opens at 8:30, you are ready to get out there. So let's head back over to Ty, see where he is at Beaver Creek, see how he's staying warm a little bit there. There we go. You're still outside, definitely not warm, but it looks like the snow looks pretty nice behind you. How's it feel?
The snow is gorgeous. Whenever I make my way to Beaver Creek, one of the first things that you look for, even in the summertime, is there any snow left? And following our season, there should be plenty of this evidence around. I'm not going to forecast for how long, but one of the last indicators for checking out the snow at Beaver Creek, again, any time of year, would be the bald spot up on the top of Beaver Creek here. But we're seeing gorgeous corduroy. If you log on to beavercreek.com, you will find the grooming report on what is groomed on Beaver Creek Mountain. And if I'm correct, from how I was checking the conditions on beavercreek.com this morning, there were about 48 groomed runs, if I looked at that right, on Beaver Creek Mountain, and of them, there were 2 groomed Black Diamond runs, which is located in the areas of chairs 9, 10, and 11. Feel free to notice what is groomed on Beaver Creek Mountain again by logging on to beavercreek.com's website. But If you want to know what's groomed on Vail Mountain, the blue little strip at the bottom of the screen there, you'll find the crawl listing all
Yeah.
of your favorite runs that are groomed on Vail Mountain. But of the 25 lifts that are available on Beaver Creek Mountain, if you're heading here today, or if you're arriving here today, getting out here same day, you're going to find that 100% access of the mountain chairlift wise are available for you, as well as the bunny hill, the magic carpet, I guess is the term that I'm looking for. And be sure to sign up for those lessons. Getting out here, kind of becoming reacquainted with your ability level, and coming after this mountain with the right approach. And of course, if you do log on to beavercreek.com, you'll notice that the grooming map there is for you to become more familiar with Beaver Creek Mountain and its terrain, its status, learning your way around the mountain. As since the pandemic, we're not using paper maps anymore, so you're gonna have to use the technology and/or, of course, while on the terrain itself, reading all of your signs to know where you are, what is groomed, and the different difficulties of the terrain that you're approaching out here. The green, the blue, the black diamond, double black diamond, and even the orange oval. Am I saying too much to you this morning? How are you doing this
No,
morning,
no,
Heather?
this is great. I'm doing wonderful. Totally agree with you on the lessons. Whenever I have friends come to visit, especially I feel like a lot of people maybe they took a year or two off potentially with the pandemic, and I think getting out there to brush up on those lessons makes your visit so much more fun than trying to figure it out on your own.
Making my way out to Beaver Creek. I mean, I think this season I'm on day number 3, run number 6, kind of a thing. And the days that I've made it out here, the snow's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Finding powder, finding not the heavy traffic, though the snow is fantastic. You expect everyone to just skip school, skip work, play hooky, and get after it. But I haven't said that I haven't found myself waiting in line
No.
at all anywhere on the mountain, wide open. And with that, where you're going to find on a sunny day like today, temperatures in the mid 30s, that
Mm-hmm.
contact point, your edge with this corduroy, it's going to be a fantastic day to get out here and work on some skills, some techniques, some rhythms. And for those who are getting back on the snow for the first time for the season, just kind of feeling it all over again. Like they say, it's just like riding a bike, but on skis or a snowboard. But you
Definitely.
can ride a bike too out here.
Yeah, I volunteer with SOS Outreach, so it's a great program with kids in the Valley, and we're out there later today. But if you're new and kind of looking for how you get back into it, I think another great tip is we always start the season with the kids over at the Hay Meadow, a little bit closer to the Park Hyatt there, because it's a great way to just remember, okay, do I know how to do this again? It's just kind of a
Oh, yeah.
nice, easy run to just remind yourself, and then like Ty said, that there's not tons of lines anywhere you go in Beaver Creek, particularly on a Sunday, because I find the mass exodus kind of starts around midday. The mountain opens up even more, and you can just walk onto most lifts. I think it's a rare day at Beaver Creek when I wait in any lines, which it sounds like is your
But what we're
experience as well.
not doing, we're not advertising that there are no lines here, because some of us would care to have the mountain all to
Oh,
ourselves.
even
But
better,
you kind
yes.
of pointed out Haymaker, and what's interesting is that the beginner terrain, starting at the base of Beaver Creek, that's Haymaker right behind me. You'll
Yep.
find just a little bit more east of me the Buckaroo Gondola that brings you right to that beginner teaching area, and just over that hill is another beginner teaching terrain and two-seater chairlift. The green runs are there. The pitch of Beaver
Yeah.
Creek Mountain, the way it is naturally, you're going to find blue-black runs on the front side of the mountain, right up here. All of these runs through here. But at the very top, hitting above 11,000 feet down to the 10,000 foot level, then you'll find the natural pitch of the mountain kind of change a
Yeah.
little bit more green, and then it's graduating to more difficult to make your way from the midpoint of the mountain down to here. So again, reading the signs, logging on to beavercreek.com, reading the terrain, learning the names so that you know where you're going while you're out here. But while you're out here, again, you're going to find a lot of corduroy, and you're going to spend it today in partly sunny skies.
Which is really nice. That's kind of my favorite kind of a ski day. I don't know about you. Do you prefer when you have the nice blue skies, or would you rather it be dumping snow when you're out there?
So for me, I tell you what, doing this for many years, and just before the pandemic, it was the winter season 2018, 19. I got about 300 days in on the snow,
Wow.
which means I tried it all. We're talking the groomers, we're talking the first man-made snow, the beginning of the season. We're talking hitting the resorts where our passes have access to as each point of our mountain opens, be it Breckenridge or be it when it was Arapahoe Basin when we used to have the relationship with them, Vail Mountain, Beaver Creek. just getting after it. I love the powder day. I love when it snows. I love the technology when we get out on the snow as well. And we're talking about our goggles with the interchangeable lens, proving
Yeah.
the technology, experiencing it, the mirrored lens, the rose colored lens, the flat light lens. And then, of course, the gear. Checking it out on those colder days. If you have the smart technology in it to keep you warm, keeping the body temperature closer from the jacket to yourself, and or the new electric technology that are in there that you can find from the jackets to the pants, the gloves, and your fleece lined, your underlayers. So getting out here, it's not just about just the mountain itself, but the technology and how you prepare to experience it, that you could prove it, that it's in there, in your
Yeah.
jackets, in your gloves. So it's not, and the snow itself, just loving it all. So I guess the answer is yes, I like it all.
No preference. You'll take both. So I guess that's a great
I'll take it
answer.
all.
Now you said you've only been on the mountain a couple of days this season. Did you get any of this wonderful snow that we had in this past week?
Oh man, so my schedule, I've been working every day. I've been
Oh
quite busy, but I
man.
managed to have a Tuesday, a Wednesday off, and with some friends that returned to this area, I've been on like the visitors schedule if they want to start at
Yeah.
2 or if they want to start at noon because you have to do lunch, you got to do a little bit of shopping, you have to go by the shops and pick up your tuned gear. Or maybe, whoa, I'm missing a glove. It's time to go back to the other store and buy another one, and then the day could start at 2 or maybe 2:30. And
Yeah.
but I've been getting out here, so the tree runs have been really nice. If
Yes.
you're within that ability, finding some nice stashes through there, right off of Gold Dust. Um, the corduroy, I'm a good fan of getting out on the slopes and warming up first. And if you're finding that favorite row that you like to do, instead of mobbing after it first, kind of assess the terrain, getting in there nice and slow, feeling out your gear, finding your comfort level, your rhythm, knowing that if you get your boots warmed up, especially, that you might want to lock them down a second crank so that you're solidly inside of there. There's a lot going on with, again, making contact with the snow and with your gear. But yes, I definitely got out there.
Good. Excellent. Yeah, I got out for just 3 runs, I think, on Thursday. And the nice thing is when the snow is that good, 3 runs, at least you still feel like you got to experience some of it as opposed to where I don't know, on corduroy days to me, when I do lots and lots of runs, on super powdery days, I can take my time a little bit more. And even if I don't get quite as many runs in, it's like better, like more bang for your buck kind of situation, at least for me. So, well, it looks like we
Yeah,
are ready. Let's just take a quick break here. We'll be back to Ty very shortly with some more, and we'll be right back on Vail Valley Live. We are back on Vail Valley Live. Back in the studio. If you saw how cold it is out in his place, sometimes it's nice on these days where you know it's going to be sunny to maybe stay indoors just a little bit longer. Maybe have that nice leisurely breakfast, kind of, or that brunch like Ty was talking about before you head out. This is my tip for these days when I know it's going to warm up, but it's starting out super cold. So let's take a look at the headlines in today's Vail Daily. If you haven't grabbed your copy yet this morning, remember you can get these at free boxes all around the towns, really up and down valley. So, check for a box near you and you can make sure that you are up to date on everything that there is to say. All right, so let's take a look at the home page or the front page of the paper. You can tell I'm a web person, right? Taking a look at those really awesome jumps going on that snowboard. This is the snow that I definitely experienced on Thursday, and looks like it stuck around through Friday. A couple of guys really enjoying this, and you'll see that threshold that we talked about at the beginning. We've passed more than 200 inches already this season. Definitely been a really, really good year. Moving on, the River District considers criteria for its water conservation program. So the Western Slope Water Conservation District has released a draft of the rules that it plans to use as a guide for the program paying users to cut back. The Glenwood Springs-based Colorado River Water Conservation District Board of Directors discussed this policy at its quarterly meeting in January. And in December, the Upper Colorado River Commission unveiled details of a rebooted water conservation program, which originally ran from 2015 to 2018 and paid water users to use less Colorado River water. So check out more about kind of their proposition and the contracts in your Vail Daily on page A4. Then we've got some really cool other alternative wellness. When I was on the show last Sunday, we saw a totally different modality here. This one is float tank therapy, which I haven't tried myself, but I have a lot of friends who really swear by this. So thinking about, would you like to take a load off and feel totally weightless for an hour? You can experience this sensation by trying the float tank at Dream Floats Spa in Avon. And that is started by Dmitry Minkoff and Vailo Stoyanov, and if I've mispronounced your name, I tried 4 years ago. So this is pretty cool. They use 1,000 pounds of Epsom salts in 100 gallons of water, and that's why you're able to float so effortlessly. The tanks are 8 feet by 4.5 feet wide, 10 inches of water that you float in, so you have room to sprawl out while you're weightless. And there's a lot of benefits to this, it looks like, and you can read more about this on the front page of the Arts and Entertainment section, but lots of benefits for the nervous system, for skin and hair, and muscle recovery. So you're really soaking in that a couple of pounds of Epsom salts in your bathtub, right? You might have that at home. I do that sometimes, but this is 1,000 pounds. So really multiplying that. Really cool stuff. So read more about this in that Arts and Entertainment section of the paper today. Looking forward, I love this section of the paper. So the Vail, hashtag Vail Live. So make sure you are sharing that hashtag on your photos on Instagram, and then maybe you'll be in the paper. I've had this a couple of times. It's always really fun to see yourself in print. You might be having your friends and family see you on your Instagram page, but this just makes it a little extra special. So that pup on the left looks like he is in heaven. It says Toeline gets a treat before opening. Really, really cool little cute pup there. I think that is a pile of French fries maybe in front of him. It looks adorable. In Town Talk, now this one you can submit through email. So if you email a photo and a caption into towntalk@vaildaily.com, that's how you get featured in this section. Really great way to celebrate someone's birthday, like cute little Madison right there, or even just sharing something that you saw that you think others might want to see. So bull elk and buck keeping each other company in the Bluffs neighborhood of Eagle. So really great way to kind of just share what you're seeing. And then up next, really awesome updates here in our sports and outdoor section. Our couple of locals making the paper here. So Schifrin skis into seventh in the second Cortina downhill. So she's still trying to reach that record, really close here. Coming up out of Italy, her pursuit of the record-breaking 83rd World Cup victory, still on hold, but she finished 7th, 0.39 seconds behind the winner. It's so crazy how tight these races are. I mean, 7th place, you wouldn't think it'd be that fraction of a second, but definitely in something like skiing it is. So Schifrin maintained the tie with her former teammate Lindsey Vonn for that record at 82 wins each. Still a lot of season left, I think, for her to grab that. And then right below, there is Lindsay. She made some history this week as well, skiing down the Strife in the dark. So she's the first American to ski this downhill, but she's also the first person ever to conquer this at night. So it is a notorious 3,312 meter downhill course in Kitzbühel, Austria. It's literally the pinnacle of downhill, she says, period. It's the hardest track in the world. People have actually died on this track, and it's something that I felt for me personally, if I could make it down one time, that would be a huge accomplishment. So that is words from Lindsay's own mouth after becoming that first person to conquer that downhill at night. Great stuff there. Let's take a look at the traffic. I think the roads, at least when I came in from Edwards this morning, were actually quite clear. Maybe a little slippery in a few places, so just kind of keeping your eyes out, but just looking at all four of those snapshots right there, not too bad. Eisenhower Tunnel probably looks the most maybe a little bit dicey on the roads there. You never know when you come out of that tunnel what the roads are going to look like. So always just slowing down, taking it easy. This is the highway, so always being aware once you get onto the side streets, conditions might be a little bit different. So great to just kind of slow down, take your time as you're getting off those exit ramps, giving everybody a little bit more space in front of you. Just that way you don't end up in a bad situation. But with the clear the next couple of days, this will probably stay this way. When the snow starts to come back on Tuesday, it's time to add a little bit more caution on top of our normal. But let's head back out to Ty, see where he is headed to in Beaver Creek, braving the cold for us. Looks like you found some friends.
Yes, and it's a great segue from where you were, Heather, and hopefully the viewers at home can see me. I'm here with Ski and Snowboard Club Vail. There's an event that's going on here in Beaver Creek this morning, and it is called Sync Cup. And so as you were talking about Michaela, you're talking about Lindsey Vaughn, they were part of this very same program. So let's make the faces and the names, let's introduce ourselves. Let's learn the faces that we might see tomorrow in that same lineup. And you are? Jay. Ruby. Ella. Caitlin. And this, again, Ski and Snowboard Club Vail, a part of a race series that's been going on for a long time on Beaver Creek Mountain, but happening today. Tell us about Sync Club. Any of you guys just go ahead and just tell us what's going on today. A series of races. Giant slalom. Oh yeah. So you're looking at the tighter course terrain that you're in today, and you said giant slalom. Giant slalom, and so you've been skiing all of your lives in this program. Cool. So how competitive is it against the four of you out there as far as keeping your time?
I think we're all pretty close. I would say so.
Okay, cool. Right on. And this was going on yesterday and the day before, and each day the race changes, right?
Yeah.
So is it going on tomorrow too?
For the boys, yeah.
Cool. What time does it start?
Our first start is 10. So,
And it goes until what time?
maybe 11.
11?
Yeah.
As far as like the race all day today, it goes from 10 until 11, or?
Like, probably start at 10. Our first race starts at 10. And then it might start at...
Right on. And so I'm seeing a lot of the other racers from other ski resorts. So are you familiar with the other resorts that are here? So who's representing that you maybe you can list for them? Who's all here?
Got
Steamboat, Aspen, Summit.
and
So as you can see, they're ready to go, ready to get after it. The lifts open at 8:30. And this is the look of a professional racing, but in the youth division, we're looking at the helmets, the goggles, the proper layer, the gear, and starting before the races, stretching is important. And we could probably pass that on even to non-competitive racers like you or me to get out there and stretch first. We thank you very much for coming on the show. Any questions for the ladies?
So what is your favorite event? You guys listed a couple of different things you've been competing in. Which ones is your favorite?
Which are your favorites?
mine is definitely slalom. I'm more of a tech skier that way. Mine's super deep.
Oh,
Awesome.
I like the slalom. I messed up slalom.
all right.
All right, so
good
3
mixed
out of
bag
the 4
tricks
like
over here.
slalom. Okay, excellent. Well, good luck, ladies. I hope that the race goes really well and you guys crush it today.
Thank you so much for coming on. What a pleasure. Thank you. All right.
Oh,
so as you
so
can see, a lot
fun.
going on out here, and we're talking Ski and Snowboard Club Vail. A lot of training opportunity out here for athleticism, and like you mentioned, ski. You're with the SOS, you said, right?
Yeah, I volunteer with them, so it's a fun program.
And what is that program to the viewers
Yeah.
that are not familiar with skiing and snowboarding? But there's a lot of programs to introduce it to others that don't have this direct access. And SOS has an outlet for someone.
Yeah, and they're in a lot of the different mountain towns now. So you'll find SOS obviously here in the valley, but you'll also find them at I think at Steamboat and even other states, right? Like in Utah and places like that. Really awesome program for the kids. I think they start as early as 5th grade. I may have that a little bit wrong. Maybe it might be 4th grade. I think they go up for 5 years through the program now, and then they have a chance to become a junior mentor. So really, they're just pairing these wonderful kids with adults as their mentors. for so that they are able to have a great positive role model, hopefully, in their lives. And we go and we ski and we snowboard. And then we also do community service. So actually with my group yesterday, we helped out at the community bank or the food bank in Edwards, which was super fun. We got to actually divide up 150 pounds of pinto beans into separate bags. And then we also then helped to restock the shelves. So it's a great way for the kids to start to learn how to get involved with community programs and then also learn how to ski and snowboard, where maybe that's not something that they're able to do on their own. They get access to all of the gear and makes it really accessible for everybody to get out there and learn. And like you said, like what a cool thing to be able to do as a kid. So whether you're in the Vail at ski and snowboard school or you're going to a program like SOS, just getting on the mountain, I wish I had access to this type of stuff. I'd probably be a way better snowboarder if I did some of the stuff like they did.
And become a way better skier or a way better snowboarder, make your way onto a teaching mountain like Beaver Creek Mountain. And who knows, someone within your group, maybe the youngest one, could grow through these same programs and become either an instructor, a mentor like yourself, a ski racer, and kind of taking what's going on. As you can see, very busy this morning around Beaver Creek. The crowds out here, you would
Yeah.
think it's already open for business and for the day, but the lift's open at 8:30, and you're going to spend the day in the sun if you're making your way on out here. And if you are making your way out here, just another reminder, log on to beavercreek.com, check the grooming report to find if your favorite run is groomed today and perform out here at your best ability. All right, I'm going to send it back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're looking for other things to do around Beaver Creek today, there is also a snowshoe race happening this morning. It looks like it starts at 10 a.m. So this is a really great place. So this could be something you do competitively, or maybe you grab a friend or a family member and you just want to go kind of for a nice snowshoe hike. Another great option there. So this is the first race in the snowshoe series. It's going to be at Creekside Park, which I believe is downhill just a little bit. And you check in between 8:30 and 9:30. The race actually starts at 10. And it looks like we've got options for both 5K and 10K. So nice walk, I think, even for a 5K. I think that's a wonderful way to just get out and enjoy the fact that it's going to be a nice sunny day. I can see the blue skies already even out the window here. So perfect day for something like this. And they're actually going to have a raffle at the post party. And you get a free post-race meal. So I think this would be a really fun way if you're not ready to get on some skis today, want to try something a little bit different to still enjoy the outdoors and Beaver Creek. Have you done any of these snowshoe races, Ty?
I have not. I have tried snowshoes before, and I tried it a couple of years ago, kind of checking out the terrain, seeing what it's like just to go like up a knoll or maybe like a road over here, just to walk in that equipment.
Yeah.
But there's again a lot of outlets of things to do. Be it not skiing or snowboarding for you, snow biking is available. You can also here in Beaver Creek enjoy ice skating.
Yes.
And you can bring your own skates. There's a small fee of $5 to skate if you brought your own. Other fees to rent included. Snowshoeing is very popular, as well as cross country. Making your way up Strawberry Park over here, and the races, the snowshoe race series. Registration begins this morning. Sorry for panning around so much. 8:30 down at Beaver Creek Sports, which is at the bottom of all of these escalators near where I'm standing. And then I believe usually the snowshoe race series, like you said, is making its way down by the gazebos and
Yep.
the Beaver Creek Park down there. And but otherwise, taking in these views, I just want to share that with you. There used to be a McCoy Park used to be the non-chairlift zone as far as getting out on your cross-country skis or
Yeah.
enjoying some snowshoeing. But if you're looking to explore what's new on Beaver Creek Mountain, it would be a McCoy Park that opened last season. And maybe you guys have that video queued up from last season when we got back there. But brand new teaching terrain back there, new chairlifts, new names and terrain to learn. And it's right up Strawberry Park. You'll find the crossing over of the Upper Beaver Creek Express lift, dropping down into McCoy Park. Fantastic views back there. So getting out and exploring. Make your way towards McCoy Park today and enjoy
Yeah.
the sun.
And I think that's a great family-friendly area too. I always tell people, even if you're not a beginner, it's a new place to explore on the mountain, and the trees over there are also quite nice. So I feel like for, if you're just getting started, beautiful open green runs that you got to go all the way up to the top of the mountain to get to, just like over on the other side. At Cinch, when you go up there, like you were saying earlier, there's the Red Buffalo. But this is another nice new option. The views are incredible on that side. And then everybody can kind of find something that they enjoy over there. Did you ever snowshoe then at McCoy Park before it was lift served?
No, I've only seen it from Mamie's Mountain Grill, which is at the top of, I believe, Chair 16, just off of Bachelor Gulch. But
Yep.
last season, I did make it inside of there. But another big draw, as well as making your way to the new McCoy Park access for skiing and boarding and beginner lessons and family-friendly kind of a new terrain time. Candy Cabin is up there. And I
Yeah.
believe there's also a hot cocoa kind of a hut that's back there as well. So, make your way into that terrain and you can also just relax, take in the views and the outdoor seating and enjoy some candy, some cocoa. And again, a lot going on over here. Just a vast, set of ideas that you can just get into on Beaver Creek Mountain. A lot
Yeah.
to explore. And every season, it feels like to me that they're adding something new, like the ice cream station that is now at the top of the Hay
Yeah.
Meadow gondola over here. So a lot of us have spent our years here at Beaver Creek Mountain enjoying it, and you think you know it so well, but there's always a new added touch, a new added flair, to this place. So again, just getting
Yeah.
out and checking it all out, even just on snowshoes, make your way up to the mountain.
Yeah, lots of ways to be active. I know a lot of us have been trying to be more active in January and also maybe thinking about nutritious food choices. And we've got a little segment here from Nap Harvest where they're going to talk a little bit about different ways to maybe think about using nutrition or different ideas for your January goals. So let's check that out.
Hi, I'm Carrie, and welcome to the Bounty of Nap Harvest. It's wonderful this time of year to eat seasonal, support your local farmers. There's still lots and lots of apples out here, pears. We also have our beautiful Nap Ranch mushrooms. Those are grown at 9,000 feet. Mushrooms are really good for you. We're talking about health for January 2023. They are great for your brain, for your immune system, supports heart and healthy functions. So definitely start to include some mushrooms into your diet. Also, the microgreens that we grow are full of nutrients because they're so small. All those nutrients are packed into those little microgreens. Citrus, this time of year, your body craves vitamin C with all that cold. So we sneak across the border to Arizona and we get some beautiful citrus from Arizona from Organic Small Farm. So blood oranges, Kira oranges, navel oranges, tangelos, limes, lemons, everything you might want citrus. So come on by, keep your family healthy. We also have Second Nature organic meals to go. If you're looking for fast food, come here to Nap Harvest for Second Nature gourmet meals to go.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery stands for providing the highest quality care to our unique patient population here in the mountains.
I think that what makes us unique is that we really are practicing groundbreaking techniques, yet, we practice it in a small town environment. Our patients are our neighbors and our kids go to school with their kids.
I think every one of our docs treat their patients like their family. Our goal is to keep you active, doing the things you want to do, and we'll map out a road to success to get you there.
We are back. Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. And it is a wonderful day to be sitting inside, sipping some hot coffee, hot cocoa, hot tea, whatever your beverage of choice is, while you catch up with us. Wait for things to warm up maybe just a little bit. And then that way you'll be ready to hit the mountains as the sunny skies start to warm things up quite nicely. We're going to head back to check out Ty at Beaver Creek and see where he has wandered off to. Up still by the gondola. That is probably one of the more crowded mornings that I have seen this time in the last few weeks.
It's kind of ironic because you and I were talking about how we're not experiencing the crowds out here at all. And then people and racers are coming from everywhere. And it's kind of hard to leave this area, especially because the energy right now
Yeah.
is so big. I mean, and you could just see people just kind of funneling in from, just it's like a parade out here.
Yeah.
Look at this over here. We're just
Absolutely.
missing the sound of cowbells that kind of accompany usually the races that are happening on Beaver Creek Mountain. But I'm sure we'll hear that up there. And the racing terrain, I'm not sure if you guys could pull up the Beaver Creek map to show the viewers at home, but the racing terrain that they're working on is just off of the Centennial line and just to the east of it. We normally see it if you're kind of coming down the Hollywood line, skiing and boarding for the day. And that's what they're using today for I think the GS is what they're working on today. And we're looking at this sync race that's been going on for the last 3 days. And so I guess it's the girls or the youth that are out here today. And then tomorrow, the girls I was speaking with from Ski and Snowboard Club Vail, they said that the boys are going to be out there on the race course.
Oh, very, very cool. And I think just down the hill from where you are, underneath the ice rink, but a lot of people maybe don't know about, is the Performing Arts Center. And I was at an event last night seeing Joe Nichols Unplugged. It was a pretty unique show. Have you been to any of them, Ty?
So I love going to the Villar for shows. I haven't made it to anything this season yet, but I mean, I've seen Patti LaBelle in there. I've
Yeah.
seen a cat food commercial being taped inside of
No
there. You
way.
could also rent the Villar for private events if you care to. VillarPAC.org. But it looks like tomorrow there's going to be Interpreti Veneziani taking the stage tomorrow at the Villar, and that's going to be at 6:30. Tickets look like starting at $38, $10 for students, and it says it's a glorious masterworks of the Baroque tradition by the Venice's finest chamber orchestra. And as you continue to look through the entertainment calendar, you'll find a bunch of other shows that you might want to get into, forecasting all the way into summer. A fantastic venue, and again, like you've mentioned, just below the ice rink here in Beaver Creek, you'll find a set of escalators, and that's where you find this fantastic seating, the Villar Performing Arts Center, celebrating 26 years.
And yeah, and if you even if you just
25 years.
even if you just peek your head into it, you can actually see the new chandelier that just went up. And it's absolutely
yeah.
gorgeous in there. So I think even just kind of peeking your head in to see that, I think is worth it. But so many good shows coming up. And I think what's really cool is they really go the whole gamut, right? So there is a movie coming up this week as well that you can see the film Screaming of the Mountain in My Mind. And then you'll get Bella Fleck and Abigail Washington. So husband and wife team. I actually didn't know that until last night. And they're going to be performing with this Colorado Symphony. That one is on my radar. And then you got Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, right? So like anything you can think of, we probably have a show coming here. And I just think that makes the mountain so unique. There's not a lot of places you can go where you can have just incredible skiing during the day and then like go to a wonderful performing arts event that night. So one of the things I personally love about the Valley. So I don't know if that, do you have any of the shows on your radar, Ty, that you'd like to go to later this year?
I tell you what, it's one of those things you have to check what's coming to the Villar, and you do have to get your tickets because they tend to sell out.
Yes.
Well, again, we're talking about anywhere from comedy shows to dance. You can find the Chinese theater inside of there, a movie release, you name it. The Villar is one of those things, and usually just pretty much any time of year you can find something fantastic. So it's, again, log on to VillarPAC.org, see if Diana Krall is returning, see if Lisa Lampanelli is going to take the stage again. It's a riot. It's such a wonderful, wonderful time and most memorable.
Absolutely. And when you get a 4-pack of tickets, by the way, this is kind of a little tip if you want to save a couple of dollars. A 4-pack of tickets is always discounted. So grab a couple of friends and then you all get to go do that. So something a little bit different than just kind of dinner and a movie type of situation, right? Going and actually seeing a show, I think is such a fun way to end the evening. And other things I think that are kind of unique over there at Beaver Creek, on Thursdays, we have the Thursday Night Lights where they do that glowworm ski down. So if you're wanting to stay kind of on the ski side of things a little bit longer, you kind of wrap up your day, maybe go grab a quick early bite and then kind of heading back. And I think anyone can participate in the ski down. I haven't done that yet. I don't know if that's something you've tried before.
I have. So it's called
Yeah.
Thursday Night Lights. Every Thursday night, Beaver Creek sets off fireworks at dusk. And the way it works, you're going to be a mountain-ready level skier, snowboarder, like a 3 and up. You'll meet with a group of instructors in the evening time. You'll get signed up over by the Beaver Creek Ski School area. Then at some point, they will start to load that Buckaroo Gondola area to the top of this haymaker zone. Everyone will have their nice glow sticks in hand. And there'll be a DJ at the bottom out there with some music playing. The crowd's down there eating chocolate chip cookies and enjoying some cocoa. And kids, adults, are going to be kind of sent down in a nice parade style, following right behind an instructor back to the base of the mountain, ending up or including right there at the Children's Ski School area when the last person makes their way down from this terrain that we're speaking of. Then the skies light up with fireworks. It's free every Thursday night till about the end of March. You can enjoy Thursday night lights. And again, the spectacular in the sky of Beaver Creek has been going on for many, many years. And you can sign up as a civilian or as a kid or an adult. But again, be an ability level to ski or snowboard to come on down through there. And again, it is guided by an instructor. And on the back end of that, you have an instructor as well. So yeah, kind of get your assessment together and get ready for Thursday Night Lights. You can find out more by logging on to beavercreek.com.
I think that's such a cool way. I mean, there's not a lot of things that you can do where you feel like you've now like joined part of the event, right? To see a parade of skiers coming down the mountain, and then you actually can do that. I think that's a pretty neat way. And fireworks over snow is always something I just find really pretty cool. Now, remember that the temperature does drop as soon as kind of it starts to get a little bit out of the sun. So by the time you get to that glow room ski down, it's going to be a little bit chillier. So layering up, I think, is a good thing. So grabbing some of those athletic layers to make sure that you're nice and cozy. And speaking of that, I think we have a update from, or we can check out some Under Armour gear from the outlets at Silverthorne and maybe learn a little bit more about some of these nice cozy layers you could use.
Hi, I'm Peggy Ziglin, fashion guru and stylist for the outlets at Silverthorne. I'm here today to share with you some amazing looks from Under Armour. And first, before we get started, be sure and pick up your savings card booklet at the Colorado Welcome Center. It's totally free because at Under Armour, you can save an additional 25% off one item. So now, let's see the fabulous fashions. Rachel! Rachel's here in her black stormproof and warm puffer jacket. She has her pink cold gear layer on, her fitted black tie-dye leggings. She also has her black around town gloves, love them. And she has her Sonic shoes. Whole outfit would be $438, comes to $237. Rachel's gonna save $200.91, all from Under Armour. Thanks, Rachel. And next comes Enza. Enza's looking fabulous in her iridescent pink insulated coat. Super warm and super cute. She's got her black and white stripe 3/4 zip top on. She has her black and white leggings, her pigtail hat, of course, all around town gloves, and her infinite shoes. Whole outfit would be $319, comes to $176. Enza is saving $143. Thanks, Enza. And now, it's all up to you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth has on the cutest outfit. She's got her aqua teal infrared cold gear hoodie on. She also has her fabulous teal turtleneck on. She has her fun seafoam headband. She has her compressed leggings, which I love, so comfy. Her round town mittens and her platinum charged Rogue running shoes. Whole outfit would be $458, comes to $244. She's saving $213. Way to go, Elizabeth. Looking great. And Maddie. So Maddie has on one of my favorites. She's got her cold gear black vest on, super stylish and super warm. She also has her pink 3/4 zip cold gear top on. She has her mauve compression tights on. She has her knit hat, her knit all around town gloves, and her charged Gemini shoes. $363 retail, $193 outlet. She's saving $169.90. Thank you, Maddie. And next we have Yandel. Yandel. Hello, Yandel. Here he is. He's in Under Armour. He's got his cold gear insulated hoodie coat on. He has his graffiti hoodie on, his sweatpants, his yellow beanie, his charged yellow shoes, which are all right now, 2 for $80. Oh my gosh. His backpack, which is buy one, get one at 80% off. So his whole outfit would be $322, comes to $167 right here at Under Armour outlet, saving $154. Thanks, Yandel. Okay, Anna Nicole, here you go, girl. She's got on one of my favorite coats ever. It's a pink faux fur hoodie jacket, her purple abstract hoodie. She has her black legging, her black striped beanie and gloves, and her Pursuit shoes. Again, 2 for $80 for the shoes. $225 retail, comes to $134. She's saving $90. Thanks, Anna Nicole. And now Marina. Marina's here, and one of my favorites too, because it's all part of the Project Rock movement. She has her fleece jacket on, which is a gorgeous color of gray blue. Her Project Rock tee, she has her Project Rock compression burgundy print leggings, her Project Rock hat, her maroon tote bag, and her cutting edge innovative shoes. Whole outfit would be $475, comes to $300. Oh my goodness, she's saving $175. Looking great, Marina, and thanks to Project Rock. These are some of the great examples of savings you can find every day at the outlets at Silverthorne.
We believe in the power of a live performance. We believe in making memories together. Join us as we celebrate 25 years of making moments that last a lifetime. Bringing concerts, comedy, Broadway, classical, dance, and family entertainment in the heart of the Rocky Mountains in Beaver Creek Village. View the full lineup and get tickets today at villarpack.org.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Grand Hyatt Vail, Hyatt's newest luxury resort in Vail.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. Sitting here in the cozy studio at the Grand Hyatt at Vail. And if you haven't found this trick before, there is a lift right here on site. You can actually park in the deck, one that not as many people tend to come to, especially on busy days. And then you just hop right on the lift, right out the side of the door by the hotel. Easy way to get on the mountain very quickly, and a spot that isn't quite as packed, like I said, which is kind of a nice thing on these busy weekends. So just taking a look at our snow and weather report, make sure that you guys are ready. Probably not a lot has changed since it's not actively snowing outside, but we have had 4 inches in the last 24 hours, 29 inches in the last 7 days. So snow is still going to be great. Blue skies coming out today, so things will start to warm up. So we're starting out very cold in those single digits, 4 degrees at Beaver Creek, 3 degrees at Vail, but going to be warming into the 30s as we get throughout the day, and we're going to hit 20 by noon. So again, might be one of those mornings where you are enjoying a hot beverage while you're hanging out with us, getting ready for the week, and then maybe starting a little bit slower. That's probably what I would be doing right now. Okay, taking a look at the forecast for the week ahead. Tomorrow, a little bit of the same, maybe a little bit warmer start though, mid-30s. As we start to go into the rest of the week, it'll start to cool off again. So only hitting the mid-20s on Tuesday, but that is when the snow is going to start to roll back in. 15 on Wednesday, so a little bit of one of those chilly days, but look at that daytime snow forecast. So a couple of inches in the forecast. So that's when we'll start to see the weather coming back in. Thursday, still in the mid-teens as the high. Very cold that morning, only like 0 degrees. That's always a little bit scary. At least it's not quite in the negatives yet, bundling up quite a bit on Thursday. But then we get nice and warm as we roll into the weekend. So mid-30s coming back on Friday and Saturday. So we're definitely heading into a little bit of a cold spell, but it'll warm right back up. So nothing to be worried about. Next 5 days, we've got some nice snow accumulations in the forecast. So 5 inches at Beaver Creek forecast. Hopefully 6 inches coming up over the next 5 days at Vail. And then looking out a little bit further, these are never quite as solid of forecasts, but 9 inches then that next 6 to 10 days, 11 inches at Vail. So fingers crossed that we see some of these nice big numbers. I love these multi-day accumulations. I think it not necessarily as hard for everybody to ski and ride on if you're not as comfortable on powder, but it keeps things nice and soft, which is always quite nice. Well, let's take it back out to Beaver Creek, check in with Ty, see what he's up to out there, braving those cold temperatures. Down by the ice rink that we were talking about. Awesome. How's it going out there?
Yes. So here's where we are. We're noticing right now more traffic, more movement. People started waking up, making their way towards breakfast, towards the snow. They're going to find a little of that, and others are going to make lunch plans right here on the plaza. Whose job is it to do the shopping, to make the reservations? It's your job. It's my job too. And the best way to go about that is certainly, if you're not making your way to the slopes to ski and to board for the day or for lessons, get out on the plaza, bundle up like you said, and find out and discover what's out here. On the other side of the ice rink, you'll find Blue Moose Pizza. You'll find the Dusty Boot if you're looking for some of the best burgers in Beaver Creek right in this building over here. 8100, and they've made some new renovations on their outside deck for seating, viewing right back at the mountain of Beaver Creek over here. Or maybe you're looking for a little bit of seafood, a little bit of sushi. Right where I'm standing in front of, there's cooked seafood sushi and market, as well as a restaurant that's been here for the longest time, the Golden Eagle. They also have some of the best sandwiches and salads, lunch and dinner anytime. Make reservations. How about a little bit of shopping? We were talking earlier about some of the changes. You know Beaver Creek so well, but then there's some new businesses here to do a little bit of shopping, all the way from the little kids to your pets to mom and dad, and to do a little shopping for your family and friends. Alpine Kind right over there. You can find a little bit of everything. But now that I've made my way through the plaza, I'm noticing that the North Face store has made some changes. They've kind of juxtapositioned to where their door is. You have a larger window setting going on over here to check out some of their retail. So things are looking a little bit different in Beaver Creek, even for me, someone that lives here year round. Just this morning, making my way back into Beaver Creek. But again, speaking of shopping, you can find Patagonia up here, as well as the Burton store. I believe Smartwell could still be over here. We have Just upstairs. But speaking of Patagonia, for the kids, they're hosting a scavenger hunt today. Did you know that?
I did not know this. Tell us about it.
Until 5 p.m., it is the Patagonia Kids Beaver Creek Scavenger Hunt. So be prepared for games, prizes, and cookies. You can find out more about that on beavercreek.com.
Oh, that's very cool. You know, you mentioned the Golden Eagle Inn. I had never been to that restaurant in all my years here. Okay, all my years. I've been here for 4 years, but I hadn't, the only one until last night. So we were looking for where to go to dine before we headed to Joe Nichols last night. And we went over there, and just like you said, excellent food. I am shocked we haven't ever been there before. I would say we had the mushroom tart, and it was really, really good. So if you haven't been there yet, like me, for some reason, just have overlooked it in the past, I think that one is definitely a great restaurant to check out, and excellent food, excellent service, which is always high on my list. So other things going on tonight, have you heard about the new Chasing Rabbits over at Vail, kind of near the Solaris area?
You know, not to use too many animals as a reference, Chasing Rabbits, but I hear it's all the cat's meow over at Vail. And the location, again, like you're saying, is Solaris. It is a renovated space, a new hotspot in the old Cinebistro, the movie theater that you used to be able to have ordered dining at your seats. I'm hearing a lot of big talk inside of there, from a discotheque, live music going on in there. They kicked off New Year's with stilt walkers and fire breathers. There's a speakeasy inside of there. They're working on opening up their new dining approach. And a bar, of course. But what have you heard? What's going on? What's to do with Chasing Rabbits?
Tonight there is Lucky Fridays, I think is what they're calling it. And so this is a celebration of the Chinese New Year. So they're going to have DJ sets from Lando and special live entertainment from the Vail Mountain Cirque. And that is a really cool thing if you've not seen that. So really think about those kind of circus type of acts. It's very amazing, really talented people. So 21 and over, cover at the door, but there's no ticket required, but you can dance the night away, as it says in it's the hottest new club, Chasing Rabbits. I haven't been over here yet, but I have seen some great things on Instagram. Looks like a ton of fun. They have rotating DJs in the rabbit hole. So definitely ages 21 and older, I think, as it gets towards the night, but lots of stuff going on. Wonderful way to celebrate the Chinese New Year tonight. Looks like it starts at 9 p.m. I am getting up early right now, so probably not 9 p.m. start for something for me, but for most normal people, I know I think it would be a great way to kind of ring in the Chinese New Year.
9 until 1 a.m. This is something to see. The talk is all out there. People are definitely discussing it. Some of our staff had the opportunity to do a little preview over the summer while it was still under renovation, getting the lay of the land, understanding the ideas. Others of us have friends that used to work with in other bars and restaurant locations that went over there for the job opportunity and the opportunity to experience Chasing Rabbits, something like this for its very first time. And there was rumors about this place being like a members only kind of a thing, but we also understand that it's open to the public. One of the cool things that I've heard that's going on, but again, not that the rumor that I'm hearing is true. The best way to find out is to go to Chasing Rabbits, that you can have your own liquor locker over there, buy something, leave it in the locker for your ever return, and it's yours So again, log on to Chasing Rabbit's website, find out some of the features, or get all gussied up and bring your dancing shoes and check out Chasing Rabbits. One day I'll get in there.
I know, definitely on my list. And I haven't heard of this liquor locker thing. That's a pretty cool. I wonder if it's temperature controlled, so if somebody has a nice bottle of something, that it stays perfectly preserved and ready for your next visit. It sounds like that's kind of the thought process there.
I like the word on the streets. I like to gossip the rumors. You got to be a fact finder. And again, grab your disco ball and your stilettos and your shoes and get out there and find out for yourself. I'm excited. Maybe we VVL. Maybe we all could do something and get on in there ourselves and document some dance moves too.
Love it. And if you're looking for other music activities going on, there's also Andy Seifert tonight, 4 to 6 p.m. at the Red Lion in Vail. So another great option for you. Maybe this is a good pre-game option, or if you're maybe not going to be staying up quite as late, lots of choices to choose from. So he does covers of classic pop, rock, as well as some originals, and he does like requests. So make sure you bring those requests and head on over and check that out. So lots of music always going on. I find there's lots of happy hours that you get to choose from, and a great way to just explore, the different places around the different valleys. So in Beaver Creek, the spot I will always go to that also has different music options. Actually, I'm not sure if they have music, but they have great drinks, is over at that Mexican restaurant that I'm totally blanking on the name. Help me out, Ty. What is that one called?
It's in Beaver Creek?
Yeah, the one
you're talking about the Coyote Cafe?
Yes, the Coyote, of course. My head just kind of completely went away for a second. But yeah, Coyote Cafe is
Coyote Cafe renovated this summer. Huge renovation. And for years, we're talking since the days of President Ford used to hang out there in the early days of Beaver Creek. But now they've moved their bar location from a traditional wall where it used to be right off of the kitchen. They put in some boxed-in seating over there, booth seating. They've moved their bar to the area where that big projector screen usually or normally would be. Now the bar area is there and expanded. They've created this garage door hanger entry for the indoor-outdoor seating of their patio. And on the outside, there's a walk-up bar area, grab and go, that you can do. Being Beaver Creek has initiated this new walk around the plaza with a cocktail or beer thing and a special cup. Yeah, there's a lot of changes in Beaver Creek. Again, make your way on up here. Let's discover it together. Maybe around happy hour.
Great. That's a great happy hour option. I definitely think margaritas and stuff. If you want more of the coffee side of things, Yeti's Grind is another really nice option with a couple of locations in town. And we have a segment with Kai Owens where she headed over to Yeti's as one of her favorite spots. I think let's check that one out next.
Here we are at Yeti's Grind in Edwards. It's time for Legends and Locals, and we wanted to introduce you to Ellen Miller, who's been in the Vail Valley for about 3 decades, but she has reached heights all over the world. Ellen, you've climbed Everest a couple of times from different directions. You've also climbed some of the biggest peaks, Aconcagua, Denali, and you even skied down one big descent in China. Where was this?
Mustagada.
Mustagada. I thought I'd let her say that one.
Very blessed. I didn't know how to pronounce that one. But I mean, you've climbed so many different places around the world, but you call Vail home.
Yes.
What made you move to Vail?
You know, I came back in 1990 when Crossroads Shopping Center was there. And I came up to manage a little natural food store that was in Crossroads. It was called Alfalfa's Market.
Yeah.
So that's what originally brought me to Vail.
Where the other Yeti's Grind is.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, by the way,
absolutely.
What are you drinking?
I'm having
Cheers.
mocha because I like to combine all kinds of great things like chocolate and coffee.
I'm having the Little Bear tea, which is pretty delicious. Mm-hmm. All right, but back to business. So you came to Vail, but you were still pursuing all these different endeavors. How do you train for Everest?
You know, the great thing about living in Vail is training was so easy to access before work, after work, in the middle of the night. I was so lucky to always, and I still work basically at the base of Vail Mountain. So I have all of, I have 3,000 feet right there, vertical to train on, whether in the summer or in the winter on snow. And then I've been fortunate that I met other Vail locals that, got me into all kinds of exciting things like adventure racing and things like that.
Oh yeah, I know. Do you remember the Eco Challenge, everyone? She was on the team with our other locals.
Which team was that with? Mike Closer?
I was with Closer, Andre Bozell, Billy Madison. Oh, that old group.
Dream team. Perfect.
We had fun. Those were fun days.
And you know, when you were on Everest, were you ever scared?
Oh yeah. Really? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, even if you're not scared at the moment of the height, you're scared. Am I frostbiting my toes? Are my hands okay?
What I think is so interesting is you retired from all those, the adventure racing, the big, huge climbs, but your heart is still on the trail.
It is. You know, I still like to do little local races, and I'll always be a mountain climber. But as I've gotten older, I'm almost 64, I've kind of taken those experiences and tried to think about how I can give back to the community that has supported me for so long, you know. And I spend a lot of time now volunteering out on the trails for the town of Vail, for the Vail Valley Mountain Trails Alliance, and for the Eagle Summit Wilderness Alliance.
Okay, and the Vail Valley Mountain Trails Alliance, they give you an award. You were the 2021 Volunteer of the Year. You also won the Colorado Sportswoman of the Year back in 2002. Lots of accolades, but she's so humble. She's, you know what, when you meet her on the trail and she's like, oh, do you need some assistance? Do you have any questions? You have no idea that you're talking to a woman that's climbed Everest a couple of times. But what do you love most about interacting with the public and kind of just propelling the sport of hiking forward?
Well, I love giving back to my community by volunteering, and I love interacting with the public at the trailheads by educating them. On, you know, when the pandemic came, Tricia, our trails were inundated, and a lot of folks that maybe didn't know about trail etiquette or wildlife policy, or, you know, picking up trash or navigation or things like that, they were new to the trails. So it's fun to stand out there and to be able to educate them about for example, our 5 wilderness trailheads there in East Vail. They are gems, you know. Or being a trail host for the town of Vail and welcoming people to Vail, making sure they had what they needed for their hike. And then for the the Vail Valley Trail Alliance, I stand at the seasonal wildlife closure gates and I tell people about the importance of not going into those closed areas because they're basically maternity wards for deer and elk.
You know, keep them in a safe environment. They were here first.
That's right. That's right. We're here in their home. So.
No, when you were younger, did you ever think you'd be doing this? Like, what advice would you give your younger self?
I grew up in a family, we were outdoorsy, and my parents were always involved in their communities. So I think the advice to give, that I would continue to give myself now is just one foot in front of the other. I mean, that's what got me up big mountains in the world, and it's how I proceeded to age. You know, I feel so blessed that I can age here in the Vail Valley. It's such a healthy lifestyle. Just keep moving forward.
Okay, keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other. That's the advice from Ellen Miller. Well, Ellen, thank you so much. Let's drink our hot drinks before they get cold.
Wow, I am inspired. Ellen Miller is a little different than what I had originally cued. Sorry about that. But what an inspiring story. I think it's so amazing around here, the amount of just impressive athletes that are everyday athletes that we have in the Valley. Well, it has been a fantastic show. Let's bring back in Ty, see where he is as we kind of close things out. Looking back towards the covered bridge. I love that spot. Just beautiful out there.
As you can see, we're starting to see that traffic make their way in. Most of it from the last bus that came through and across that bridge. They made their way to the slopes. It is that time, 8:30. Yes. I want to thank everyone for watching Vail Valley Live with us every morning. You can find us right here at 7:30 a.m. on television, channel 17 Outside Television, as well as on Facebook and YouTube. On both of those profiles, click the like and subscribe button, and an alert within 5 minutes of the show will let you know that it's about to start. And we look forward to seeing you right here every morning. Heather, I thank you very much. Anthony as well for inviting me to be on the show and to help host this morning. And again, to the viewers, Vail Valley Live, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, same time. See everybody tomorrow, 7:30 to 8:30. Have a great